Hello. So this is going to be a quick video. If you have been following the build for this particular chassis, you know this is storage server. So this is going to be a part, I don't know, 2.5 part question mark, whatever I label it as. Anyway, so I went ahead and installed a heatsink and fan. I did not put on the blower that comes with it. It works great. The old one works great. However, it's incredibly loud. And I'm trying to do everybody in my house a favor, including myself. And I'm trying to see what I could do about maybe not having so much damn noise coming out of my server room. I mean, the solution would be to maybe, put put the door back in the frame. Used to have a door at one point, but I'm looking for options. Anyway, so right here is the Be Quiet. Of course, I don't have the box because I threw it away, but I know what I bought, so I will put that in the description what I bought for this. This is working. This is a 16-core system, and it's not going to have nearly as much load on it. I have this same configuration working in my other 4U chassis that you guys have probably seen if you looked at my other videos. Same exact configuration, and I even have some VMs running on it, and it seems to be working fine. For this, I don't anticipate any problems. And if there are, I do have an alternative. But before I get into that, look at this mess. So this is all the wiring, my little custom wiring harnesses for all my drives. It's going to be fun because I really do not know how difficult it's actually going to be to shove all these drives in here with all these wires. I may have to do some finagling, some reworking, some moving around, but there are 1, 2, 3 bundles for each row, and there's 2 rows, right? Here's the other row, and I did a test fit already with the hard drive. This hard drive, I may be able to salvage it, but I'm not going to use it for this project because effectively it is dead. Yes, this is one of the ones that just went kaput on me one day, probably because of this damage. And I bought it knowing about this, and it actually lasted a couple years before it finally died. So actually, not too bad. Kudos to Seagate for their Iron Wolf 10 terabyte drives, because in spite of the damage, it did last me a couple years. I got a decent price on it, yeah, but try not to buy used drives as much anymore, unless I know for sure that there isn't a lot of life on, there hasn't been a lot of usage, and definitely no physical damage. But anyway, yeah, this is a wiring mess, but I think it'll work. Anyway, it's cooling. Back to that. About this thing. Now, being the impatient person I was, I went ahead and installed this, and I knew that this was probably going to be okay for this anyway. Once I start really ramping up the other server, I'll either have to go back to the blower fan configuration, and I don't even know if I have that thing anywhere around here. I don't. It doesn't matter. It's huge. It's huge. It's a huge Delta fan. The thing is like this big. Like that big, and it's very noisy, very effective, but noisy. This is a different Noctua cooler. This is designed to fit in a 4U. Well, I guess it's designed to. I don't know. Is it advertised as such? I don't think so, but the box isn't nearly as big as this one. Look at the size. Should be sufficient, but I won't know until I start using it. So we'll see. First of all, I will see if I even need to install it. And if I do, then that might be kind of a rebuild. I know I said I wasn't going to take that thing back out of the rack, but yeah, famous last words. There's all the specs on it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, so I may install this. It's definitely a lot smaller, right, than this beast. This thing cools. Oh, it cools so well. But I don't think I have anything that warrants something this big. Hey, hopefully in the future, that would mean that I either have come into a good sum of money or I found a deal. So who knows? Anyway, promise this video would be short and shorter than the last one anyway. So bye.